Excuse me, sir. I need to sit down. Can I sit? You can join me. So since Hermie wanted to join me today, I'll let him sit in my lap as I do this video. You get the kitty view. Okay, so today I'm going to do the booktuber newbie tag, I think is it's called. So what that means is I'm just going to answer these questions that someone's curated for newbies to booktube. I'm not a YouTube newbie. I've been making videos for years, and I've made new channels, and I've hidden videos, I've deleted videos. I've just been here for a while, but I'm sort of new to the booktube thing, so I'm going to just answer some questions the best I can for you. Number one, why did you start this channel? I guess they mean like, why did I start doing booktube? Because I like reading. I like books. I like comic books, manga, graphic novels, comics. I just love reading, period. I enjoy the visual aspect of the graphic novels and the manga and the comics. Art is very important to me just personally, and I also have always enjoyed creative writing, poetry. I just like reading. I like the world surrounding it, and the Instagram community has been really nice to me lately. In the book community, he's so cute, oh my gosh. Number two. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to booktube? I guess I just have my own perspective on art and graphic novels and comics. Like, I can give my opinion on the art and kind of know what I'm talking about because I do have art degree. As far as just regular books goes, like I just feel like I want to share my opinions with the world. Like, of course, I'm not going to say my opinion's better than someone else's, or that I am an expert in reviewing creative writing or anything, but I do enjoy the art form and I want to share that with the world. I just think it would be fun to join the community and give my perspective on things. Number three, what are you most excited for about this new channel? I'm most excited to do like book hauls and recommendation videos. I don't know, I just really enjoy watching these videos from other booktubers. It's so fun to see who I am similar to in my preferences and tastes, and it's fun to see everyone who you think you know, as far as like you both have similar tastes, but then you find out they like something that you hate, or they hate something that you like. I just think that's very interesting how we all have our little bitty ticks when it comes to reading, and how someone may be obsessed with this type of trope and you may be like really annoyed with it. So I think I'm most excited to see like what my fellow booktubers or viewers think of my opinions and what they think about these books. I just think that'll be really fun to see the differences. Why do you love reading? That's a hard question. I mean, it's fun. I like it. I've always enjoyed reading. I started very young. I remember I was constantly doing those like advanced reading challenges in school where I would get points for taking tests and passing them. So I did a lot of that, and I got prizes and stuff, and I enjoyed that all through middle school. And then in high school, they required us to read a bunch of crappy books. Like, I hated everything we read except for maybe Night. You know, that Elie Wiesel, I think. I can't say his name right, but we read that. That was the only one I liked that we read, but everything else was just pure garbage, just terrible books. And I only read a little bit in high school because I just, you know, when you're forced to do something and it's the worst of that thing, you just stop liking it. So I did kind of fall out of love with reading in high school, but I did read a few books and they were really good on my own time. But then I went through college and I didn't read anything but maybe manga. And I just didn't read because I was constantly studying and reading and making art, and it just took up all of my time, so I just didn't have time physically to read anymore. And then in the past 2 or 3 years, I've been reading a lot more. Like, I've been reading actual books again, and I've been reading what I want to read. I've been reading manga again, and I've started reading comics lately. So it's just really blossomed into something that I can enjoy, and I get to do what I want, when I want, how I want, at my own pace. I don't feel pressured. I know a lot of booktubers, either they're not being completely honest or they read really, really fast. And I'm just going to assume that they read really, really fast. And I have days where I can get through a book really quickly, but I don't typically read as fast as some of these booktubers do, I don't think. So maybe that'll change. Maybe I'll just be a slower booktuber. But I'm not going to make it unenjoyable for myself. I'm going to do it at my own pace. And I'm really excited to see how many books I accumulate that I've read. Like, I have a few books on my TBR right now. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, I have like 20 something books in my TBR right now, maybe 26, 27. So that's not bad, you know, for someone who's been reading for a few years. I hope to keep up with my TBR and not let it get completely out of control, And I don't ever plan on buying books that I don't want to read. And if I get books from someone, I do occasionally request for an ARC. If I get a book that I don't like, I'm either not going to request for it, or I'm not going to force myself to read it unless I'm just interested in a new genre. I don't enjoy certain things, and I'm not going to force myself to read things I don't like. That's just how I think, you know. What book series got you into reading? I know most people are probably going to say Harry Potter. I have not read Harry Potter yet. It is definitely one I want to read very soon. I want to read that very soon. I want to try the first book before I buy all of the rest of them. I did love the movies, but I do want to read them. I just worry that it might be too childish, but I've always had like a weird thing for YA. Like, I've been kind of scared of it. Book series, I would probably say Fear Street and Goosebumps. I was very, very, very interested in those. I read the heck out of some Goosebumps while I was going through middle school and high school, and mostly middle school. But then in high school, I think I found Fear Street, which is the same author, but just like more teen related. And I am obsessed with Fear Street books. If you know me at all, you know I love them very much, and I'm collecting them. I had tons of them years ago, and then when I went through my not reading phase, I sold them because I was just like, you know, I was just in a bad mood and I needed money at the time, so I sold all of my Fear Street books, and I regret it so badly. So now I'm trying to collect them again, and I only have 2, and I'm really sad. So if you know anyone selling cheap Fear Street used books from like the 80s, 90s era, like the cover designs, hit me up. Like that's my jam. I've found a few locally, and they're still kind of expensive. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? Right now, I'm pretty basic. I only watch like 4 people. I haven't really ventured out into watching new people. I get kind of like in ruts of watching the same people over and over on YouTube. I don't typically venture out. I just don't have the time to, I just don't think about it, you know? I like Chelsea Dawling Reads. But my favorite so far has been My Reading is Odd, Natasha. I love her channel. She's so much like me, at least in her reading habits, and the stuff that she's read I really like. And she loves Stephen King. Hello. She's very funny, and her husband reminds me of my husband. I just really like Natasha from My Reading is Odd a lot. And I've also watched Books and Lala, somebody else, but I can't remember. Basically just those 3 or 4. Like, I'm very basic right now. I'm sure I'll be watching tons more in the future. You hear him purring? What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Not buying every single book that I see on booktube. I have such a problem. Like, I have an Amazon wish list, okay? I know most people put it on their TBR as to what they're going to get and read, but I have an Amazon wish list of books I want for my TBR, and then I have an actual TBR. My wish list is very, 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 very long because of booktube and Instagram, and I'm very excited to slowly work my way through that list. I'll put it in the description if you want to look at it just to see all the books I'm interested in. What is this? I'm sitting on a stool and he's like all over me. Yeah, my wish list is huge. My TBR is a little longer than I'd like it to be. I think my biggest challenge is just going to be not buying all the books. When did you start reading? Oh, like I said, like grammar school. So I guess like little, I don't know. Where do you read? Right now I read in my living room when my husband is playing video games sometimes, if I'm not interested in the particular game or movie or show he's watching or YouTubers he's watching. Most of the time we watch the same stuff, but sometimes he'll watch a show or he'll play a game I don't really care about. And so I'll pull out my book and read. I don't have a problem reading when there's stuff going on, as long as it's not like right here in my face. I read a lot before I go to bed. I read in the bathtub. That's really fun. I'm always scared I'm going to drop my books though. I have not done it yet, but I know it happens, so yeah, I'm dreading that day. And the last question is, what kind of books do you like to read? I love thrillers and horror and mysteries and just stuff like that. And I haven't really ventured into tons of different genres, so I'm really excited to give that a shot. And I recently tried a romance for the first time. It was recommended by tons of booktubers that I've watched. The Kiss Quotient, and I read that and I loved it. So I'm excited that I'm beginning my romance journey. I have like a pre-notion idea of what I think of YA and romances, so I've got to break through that and realize that that's not necessarily true. I just have like a weird thing about reading them, and I just kind of
It's not that I look down on them or people who read them. It's just that I can't make myself pick up a book with a guy who's half naked and has a body type that I don't prefer, like really buff and juicy looking, and me read it. You know, like I just don't like that imagery. It just doesn't appeal to me. But maybe more of the contemporary type romances I would like the Kiss Quotient. Like I want to read more of those. It was very cute and very sweet and very sexy, and I just think I liked it a lot. But I mostly read thriller, horror, mystery type stuff, like basic girl stuff. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm really excited to really get into this booktube thing. I've been contemplating it for a while, and I've been making, you know, book reviews here and book talks for a while now, and I'm still reading, and I'm getting tons of books in the mail that I've either asked for or I've bought or I won in a giveaway. I've been entering all these giveaways, and I've actually won a few, and I'm excited to get those books. But I really hope that you're here and you enjoy my booktube journey. And my kitty cat, his name is Hermie, and he's really cute and fluffy and tired right now. He's so sweet though. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you will subscribe to my channel if you're new here, and if you're old here and you're like, what is this new stuff she's doing? I hope you'll stick around, and I hope that you understand that sometimes people's minds change on what they want to do. And I still have an art channel. You can check out that in the description below if you want to see my art, because I used to do art here. I will do vlogs here occasionally, like I said in my about section. But yeah, this is a booktube channel now. Thank you so much. Bye guys! Bye guys!